Welcome everyone out to West Lawrence High School here in the dugout on a beautiful day, Coach.
Yes, sir. It's nice out here today.
This is baseball weather, and it gets better and better now. It's been a little windy, had some cool games. Since we last talked, ladies and gentlemen, you've only had, 2 games, right?
That's right. We had basically a 9-day layoff from one varsity game to the next, because of rain and rescheduling and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. So let's take it back now. We'd already covered, I guess, East-West game.
That's right.
And then so the next one would have been what, Dodge?
Yes, that was last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
We played Dodge County here.
Yeah.
And we won that one 6-2.
Man, now Dodge County, they going to come to play.
Yes,
It's
sir.
a double-A school, but they play up
They do.
most of the time.
They
They
play
got a
good.
great baseball team.
They
Good
do.
pitching.
Good tradition over there. Coach Aaron's done a great job with those guys, and they come to play, and which we expect that when the Raiders and Indians get together.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a good ball game.
Let's take it back now. Who'd you put on the mound?
Starting on the mound, we had Wade Brantley. Wade started that game for us. He pitched 4 strong innings. I only gave up 2 hits.
Yeah.
And then Jake Helton come in and threw the 5th inning for us, and he gave up 2 hits and 2 runs. And then A.J. Mathis pitched the 6th and 7th to pick up the save.
Had to throw 3 at them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which we had that plan going in.
Okay.
Because we had, we only had 2 region games left before we start region play this week, and we got 6 guys, that throw on varsity. So we made sure that 3 threw against Dodge and 3 guys threw against veterans.
What was the pitch count? About what was it for Wade, and what would you?
Wade, he threw 4 innings. I think he was around 60 pitches.
Yeah.
That's very efficient.
Yeah.
Wade's done a great job for us on the mound. He's, stayed around the zone, gets ground balls for our defense, and defense has played, phenomenal behind him. I remember in that game, they hit one down the line, and Parker Woods made a diving catch out there. I mean, it was good stuff.
Yeah.
Going into that game, we'd only turned 1 double play in the previous 12 games, and in that game alone, we turned 3. Turned 3 double plays. So you love
good,
that.
yeah.
Being a former pitcher, man, that's a pitcher's best friend.
Don't
double
you know
play.
it, man, to get
So,
you out in a hurry.
Yeah, it was good.
And you talk about that, Coach. A good pitcher steps on the mound, and you got good pitching. But man, if you don't have the outfield, if you don't have the fielders to back you up,
And I think that gives our kids a lot of confidence.
sure it does. You know it.
And I don't give a lot of credit where credit is due. Brody Slaughter does an outstanding job behind the plate. I know as a pitcher, I want to have confidence in my catcher.
Yeah.
We get a kid 0-2,
Yeah.
and he calls it, curveball in the dirt.
Yeah.
I got to have a lot of confidence in my catcher out there that's going to block it up. And guy swings and misses, and throw him out at first.
Yeah.
And Brody does a great job with it back here.
Yeah, and you're going to throw one wild. One's going to get away from you sometime or another. It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get in the dirt or get high in a moment. And like you say, you got to be a wall back there. You got to be able to
That's
knock
right.
it down, keep it in front of you.
Offensively in that game, Bradley Wilson was 3 for 4 with an RBI. Tyler Franks was 1 for 3. Carson Estep had an RBI. A.J. Mathis had an RBI. E.J. Holmes was 1 for 3 with an RBI.
Yeah.
And Colton Scott was 1 for 3. So we hit the ball pretty well up and down the lineup.
Yeah, let's go through that game because Dodge was, again, like you say, a formidable opponent. They came to play and play hard. And so let's go through it inning by inning, if you will.
That game, I think Dodge started out on top of us. Actually, we scored first. We scored first on Dodge and went up 2-0.
Yeah.
And then there in the 5th, Dodge tied it up. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th.
Yeah.
And then we come in the bottom and we responded. We scored 2 in the bottom of the 5th, make it 4-2. And then we go in the 6th inning and we send A.J. Mathis out there to the mound. And A.J.'s done a great job of controlling his pitches and, really commanding the zone. And, he pitched well the 6th and 7th. We come in the bottom of the 6th and we scored 2 more. And that's what made it, the final score 6-2.
Yeah, and so playing tough opponents like that before you get to region, really, playing a team and being down and knowing you have the confidence that you can come back. You just got to come in, you got to hit the ball. You got to keep playing ball. You got to keep doing the right thing. You got to keep
Absolutely.
your fundamentals right, and it'll come. That's huge, isn't it, Coach?
Oh, big time. I mean, our guys, that's what I love about this team is it don't matter what that scoreboard says. I mean, our guys are never out. They come in, that Dodge tied it up 2-2, and I knew who we had coming up, and we, in between innings, we sat over here, what we want to do. I said, guys, we're trying to scratch one here. We want to take the lead back. And I said, this guy gets on. What do you think I may do with you? Coach, you probably going to give me the bunt. And our guys, for them to have the same philosophy of thinking that we do as coaches, that shows a lot of confidence, in us.
Sure.
And for them to know, a guy gets on, a guy gets in scoring position. My job of course, I want to go up there and I want to smoke one to the fence, but I want the guy behind me to do it. I want to get that guy in scoring position, for the next guy to drive him in. And that's why it takes a team effort.
Yeah.
And our guys really do a great job.
And to be mentally that sharp, it's, again, like we say, ladies and gentlemen, it's from playing Little League ball. It's from playing middle school ball. It's from studying the game and listening to the coach. But to be mentally advanced like that, to instinctively know, I got to advance a runner.
That's right. Yeah, it's wonderful. Then those guys, when they come in and, their performance at the plate, they may not have, had a real good at bat. They'll come in, and it's great having, Coach Pollock, Coach Carter, Coach Cawthon, they'll sit there and, we don't have to get on to them. That's the great thing about these guys. Our job is to build them back up. I mean, we know they wanted to be successful at the plate.
Yeah.
So when they come in, okay, what do they start you with? What did he come with after, through first pitch strike?
Yeah.
And it's great for our guys to learn from their mistake, but then they don't carry it back up there with them, next at bat. They have an idea. I mean, because every pitching coach that's over there calling pitches, he has a system of how he's going to work every hitter.
Yeah.
And that's scouting reports. I mean, we get scouting reports on teams that we play. I mean, I've gotten 5 scouting reports on Perry, and so we have a very good idea of how we're going to pitch every hitter, where we're going to position guys defensively. And we practice that, signs from the dugout of this guy comes up, hey, you need to move here, there, and the guys know it. They understand. And our pitchers, this is one thing that they do a great job of, is throwing to location. If we got the infield shifted for the guy going oppo, and we call him pitches away, well, we got to hit our spots. Because if we let one leak over the middle, or we throw one inside, and they hit it, well, defensively we're out of position.
Sure.
So it's good to see our guys, learn from way guys are hitting the ball. I mean, even after a guy takes a swing and he fouls one off, we teach them, where did he foul it off at? Did he foul it straight back? If he did, what does that tell you? Coach, that tells us he was on time. Exactly. Well, if he fouls one off the right-handed hitter, he fouls one off over the first base dugout. What does that tell us? Well, he's a little late. And you'll see after every single pitch, you'll see our guys
shift
accordingly to, and that's just things that we've talked about and coached them up on, in practice. And it's great to see our guys. I mean, before we even say something out of the dugout, they're already starting to move. Good. Yeah, that's where you need to be. Very good. I mean, we get 2 strikes on them, you'll see our outfielders, they'll start creeping up some. Because the guy gets 2 strikes on him, he's just trying to put one in play. And we don't want him to, hit one shallow right in front of them, where if they didn't come in, they wouldn't be able to get to it. So it's good watching our guys, make in-game adjustments. And that's the difference between a good baseball player and a great baseball player.
Because you have them coached up. They know the scenario. They know what you've taught them before game time. It's drilled into them, so to speak.
It's drilled into them at home. I mean, their parents have done a fantastic job at the house of teaching their kids to be respectful and following authority and doing these kind of things. That way, they understand, and when we see results, positive results from it, that just reinforces, what we're doing. And I just thank the parents, for giving us, wonderful young men to coach, because it's a reflection of what's going on at home.
We're out at West Lawrence High School in the dugout talking to Coach Brian Brown, and we're going to take a short break and be right back, so you stay with us.
The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
All right, now back with you at West Lawrence High School. Again, a beautiful day. We're just proud to be out here. We want you to turn out and support baseball in our community. It's such a wonderful sport and an enjoyable. And we're going to talk about the schedule coming up in just a moment. But Coach, what's the best kind of practice that you think you offer your players? Let's walk through a typical practice.
A typical practice, we get down here and we stretch as a team, and we throw as a team. Guys get out there, and depending on pitching wise, what guys, when they've pitched, when they haven't pitched, and where they long toss or not, and which we talked about, the previous show.
Sure.
So we really take care of that to begin with, and then we go into fundamental time, where all 4 coaches, we got certain positions on the field, and we go out there and we really hit fundamentals to them. Hitting fly balls to them, make sure they get behind the ball, ground balls, make sure they come in and get it. Just different things. That's probably 20, 25 minutes,
All right.
Of fundamentals that we hit. And then we'll do some type of team activity, and that's when we go over scouting reports from, of teams that we've got that we're going to be playing, how we're going to position them.
Yep.
We'll do situations. We'll throw our pitchers out there on the mound. We're like, okay, this guy's up. It's a leadoff guy. What do y'all think? Is he fast, slow? Well, he must be a pretty fast runner. Yeah. So, we'll talk to our third baseman. Hey, what you looking for here? Well, Coach, if I play back, he's going to try to lay a bunt down in front of me. And just different things. What kind of swings he got. Is he have a long swing? Is he short and compact? So we go over every single hitter, and we putting guys in situations. We actually hitting balls that we think they're going to do. We're going to try to bust them in. But what if we miss our spot? We try to cover all the what ifs. We practice errant throws. You don't want one bad throw or one bad play to lead to another one. So we'll work on that. On overthrows of where who goes where, who's doing this. Outfielders are always moving. Every time a ball's hit, everybody on the field's got somewhere to be and somewhere to go. And we really hit hard as far as the fundamentals of the game. Make sure we're doing the right thing, being in the right position. Because if you're prepared, then you're ready for battle. And if you're not prepared, then then if you get caught off guard by something, then
you weren't prepared.
You weren't prepared.
Yeah.
So and then after we do team stuff, then we'll swing it. We swing the bats pretty well. We'll take BP. We'll do a control scrimmage, or back before the season started, we do a lot of live scrimmages, and just really honing in the fundamentals of it. Hitting wise, we have a group over here in the cages, and they're just not tossing each other. They're working, and you talk to each player, and you try to pair them up of, okay, this is what his weakness is, and this is what his strength is. So while you're tossing to him, we want to work on our weaknesses over there. We want to improve our weaknesses. Now, you throw them a bone every once in a while, give them one that they in the sweet spot, they like it, But our guys have really worked together, as far as building each other up, and they want everybody to be successful. I mean, we all want that W.
Yeah. And so we want to look at the second game over the last week.
Thursday. That was last Thursday. Veterans come to town, and Veterans much improved from the first time we played them.
Surprisingly.
Yes, we went over there. First time we played them, we beat them 10-0. But it was one of those games where everything we did worked, and everything they did didn't work. I mean, they squared some balls up, but it was just hit right at us. Just one of those games that, and we've been on those games before where we played and everything we did didn't work, and everything they did, worked. So Veterans come over, and we talked about that. I told the guys, I said, look, this is going to be a different Veterans club than the first time we played. They remember what happened over there. And I said, guys, remember, they had some good at-bats. They just hit the ball right at us. So our guys were prepared. It's always, David Coffey does a great job with those guys over there, and they were prepared. I mean, they come in here. We won 4-3, but man, it was a battle. He put a kid on the mound that, threw strikes. Wasn't overpowering, but he threw strikes and had a great straight change. And he threw that change up every fastball count. If it was 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, where our guys up there ready for a fastball, here comes that change. They got us, 4 times on a 3-2 change. And that takes a lot of confidence, in the pitcher and able to do that. And I give credit to our guys. I mean, we started out, we were down 2-0. Let's see who started that game. Tyler Franks did. Tyler Franks started. I think they're in the second inning. Their big guy come up and he hit the ball. It was a good pitch, and the guy, I guess he just knew it was coming, and he hit one out. And Tyler was, kind of disgruntled. And I said, look, man, that's life as a pitcher. You're going to make good pitches.
Yeah.
But good hitters are going to do a good job with that.
They're going to make a hit.
That's right. So we were down 2-0. Then we come in, and we scored a couple of runs and tied it up. And then they scored another one. I think we had an error, and they went up 3-2. And then we come back in the bottom of the 6th, and we scored 2 runs and went up 4-3.
Yeah.
And then Bradley Wilson went out there and got the save for us. Colton Scott came in and actually pitched 2 innings after Tyler Franks, and then Bradley Wilson come in and got the save. But it's like I said, that was 3 guys that we didn't throw on Wednesday. They got to throw on Thursday. Yeah. So offensively that game, E.J. Holmes was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Bradley Wilson was 2 for 3 with an RBI. And, offensively, that's pretty much what we did. I mean, that guys did a good job for us, as far as hits-wise. But we took advantage of a couple of miscues they had. And I just hats off to our guys. I mean, they battled.
Battled through it.
We won.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And a big win anytime you're struggling like that. And the last 2 games were that way. It's going to pay off later on.
That's right.
To be in a heated battle, because you're going to be there.
Yes, sir.
We'll take a short break and be back. We're going to talk about what's coming up next on the West Lawrence baseball schedule, so you stay with us.
Portions of this program are brought to you by Curry Companies and Curry Residential, your Caldwell banker, providing real estate services since 1902.
Lawrence County's leader in hometown banking is Farmers State Bank. From our customer service professionals to our mortgage specialist or any of our professional lenders, we're committed to making banking as easy as FSB. Farmers State Bank, with locations in Dublin and Cadwell, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Stop by today and find out why we make banking as easy as FSB.
All right, welcome back here in the dugout again, talking to Coach Brown, doing the baseball thing out here, and it's going well, Coach. You got to feel real good about going into region play.
Yes, sir. And we're, we finished up our non-region schedule with 11-3. God bless us with 11 victories, and we learned a lot from those 3 losses. We're ready. We're ready for region play.
So this week it's Perry, and it's a 3-game series that you're doing again this year.
That's right. That's right. We got Perry here at West Lawrence tonight at 6. JV game to start at 4 o'clock. Then on Wednesday, we go to Perry, and we'll have a JV game at 4 and varsity game at 6. And then Friday, they'll come back to us. We got Perry here Friday. Once again, JV game start at 4 and varsity at 6.
Yeah. All right, now who's going to start out on the mound?
Wade Brantley's throwing tonight. Wade's been very consistent with us on the mound.
Yeah.
So he's pitching tonight.
How many pitches you think you're going to see out of him? What's your goal as far as his pitch count?
It's warming up. The last 2 or 3 outings we let Wade, go to, 50, 60 pitches. Mm-hmm. Tonight we'll probably let him run, 75 pitches. If we can, we tell our starters, we want to get 5 good innings out of you. If you can go more than 5, that's great. If we can get 5 good innings out of you, then you've done your job. You've done your job. Yeah. We'll turn it over to Bradley Wilson or Jake Helton or A.J. Mathis, and let them slam the door.
Yeah. So, yeah. What do you look for from Perry? They have progressively gotten better.
They do. They've got some. They graduated a lot. They had 6 seniors that graduated.
Okay.
From last year's team, but I'm telling you, Coach Hudson does a great job over there. I mean, they reload. There's
Got a
no
lot of
rebuilding
respect
of the.
for 'em.
I have a lot of respect for them, and they've been playing some good ball here lately. They've got solid pitching on the mound. They got guys that will throw strikes, not walk a lot of batters, and they do a good job at the plate.
Yeah.
You know, scouting report wise, they can swing it pretty good, 1 through 9. So
Yeah.
we've got our hands full for this first region matchup.
All right, and then Wednesday, what time's the game? And it's going to be in Perry, right?
It'll be at Perry, and that'll be at 6 o'clock. Tyler Franks will be on the mound, you know, for that game. Same thing with, you know, we're doing tonight with Wade. You know, if we can get Tyler, you know, to get 5 innings out of him, well, same thing. We're running, you know, pitch count, you know, 70, 75 pitches,
Yeah.
and see what happens. And then right now, Colton Scott is slated to start, you know, Friday's game here at West Lawrence, and we'll see what happens. But you know, that's the plan, you know. But as always, we take it game by game. You know, we want. Most important thing is we want to win tonight. You know, we'll worry about Wednesday and Friday when they get here. But
Yeah.
you know, we'll do everything we can. We'll throw whoever we need to get tonight's win.
All right, so in looking at the schedule, what time do people need to turn out? What time do people need to be here in blue?
Well, like I said, the JV game starts at 4. I know a lot of people don't get off till 5:30. Just come on out. Come on out. It's going to be a great crowd. You know, wear your blue. And it's going to be an exciting night. You know, Perry always travels well, so there'll be a lot of Perry Panthers here.
Yeah.
And it's a good rivalry between the two of us.
Yeah.
And I don't expect anything less tonight.
Same time Wednesday.
Same time
In
Wednesday
Perry.
and same time Friday.
Yeah.
You know, it's 4 and 6. JV at 4 and varsity at 6.
All right, you got the schedule, ladies and gentlemen. We encourage you to turn out and support Raider baseball. And Coach, thanks again for what you do.
Thank you. Appreciate you.